As someone who is trying to optimize their time and get the most bang for their buck, here are my 25 best Amazon purchases that I made in 2022. The first product that I have been loving is my handheld portable espresso machine. You can use either an espresso pod or you can use ground espresso. The reason why I have loved this machine personally is when I started getting into drinking espresso and coffee, I was personally going to Starbucks and other coffee shops to get my coffee. I was looking for a more cost-effective way to get my coffee, but we have a very small kitchen. There is not a lot of counter space right now. At least right now, I didn't want to have a big machine taking up more space on our counter than was already being taken up. I found this tiny machine. It literally fits into a drawer that I can make my coffee with in the morning. It takes a little bit longer than probably an espresso, and what I do really like about it is I can take the machine on the go. So I've taken this little machine on vacations with us. I took it to Florida. I took it here to California with my family, and I can make my espresso here as long as I have hot water and some milk for frothing, then I'm perfectly good to go and I have a coffee. The second best purchase I made on Amazon were these Trudeau muffin tins. So I have tried and used many muffin tins in my life. I feel like I love to bake. We really like having protein muffins to go, so I will often have like a muffin mix and then I add a scoop of protein to it, and then we take that on the go, usually as like a pre-workout snack. The reason why these muffin tins are so great is because they are silicone, so they don't require a little muffin liner. My issues before with normal muffin tins have been that it just sticks to the side with aluminum. It's just a mess to clean up. I've never had a problem with getting muffins out of the muffin tin. It's super easy, super clean. I did start out want just one muffin tin, and we were honestly making muffins so often that I was like, so I ended up buying two muffin tins. One is a normal size and one is a mini size, and that's been really great for us to be able to bake two sets of muffins at the same time. Third best Amazon product I purchased was this OXO drain catcher. I've always been using the really cheap drain catchers that you can probably buy at Ross or TJ Maxx. Food was always getting stuck in the side of it, and I never felt like it was actually being effective, and so I ended up splurging a little bit more and buying this OXO drain catcher, and it has been great. It is silicone. I can pull it out of the sink. I press out the little button and all of the food that was caught in the drain just goes straight into the trash can, and then I can put it back in the sink. The fourth best purchase I made was this stick-on utensil hanger on the wall. There is very little drawer space in our kitchen. There's only really 5 drawers and 4 of them are very small. So when I was looking to organize our kitchen a little bit better, I was trying to find a way to organize our utensils that weren't on the counter, that weren't in a drawer, and so I ended up purchasing little stick-on hangers. They weren't that expensive. I just stuck them onto our backsplash. It's really easy. Even if they're a little bit wet, I can hang them right there and they hang to dry, and it's been really convenient for us to put all of our utensils right there. The fifth product that I got is kind of two, but this has been such a life changer, is our spice organization. For a while, we kind of had a chaotic spice situation. Like I said, we don't have a lot of drawer space, and one of our drawers was completely filled up by spices, and then there were more spices in a cabinet. I had seen this sort of viral organize your spices thing on all over the internet, and I really never saw the hype of it, and I didn't want to try it because I was like, I have perfectly good spice jars that they come with and I don't really need to buy anymore, but I ended up taking the plunge. I bought all of these glass spice jars to organize all of my spices into, and then I also bought a spice rack, and I was able to hang that in our kitchen, and it cleared up space in one of our drawers. Like, so nice to look at. It's very clean and organized. I alphabetized all of our spices, and then all of the leftover spices that we can use to refill those jars I keep in a bin higher up in our kitchen so that it's out of the way, and we only bring that down when we need to refill. So, oh my gosh, the seventh best purchase that we made was this Rev-A-Shelf pull-out trash can. So like I said, really tiny kitchen. We originally had a little trash bin, basically the same size that you would have in a bathroom. It was really small, and we were keeping it under our sink because there was literally nowhere in our kitchen for any sort of trash can, even on the outside. So we were keeping it under the sink, and then in December of last year, we had a mice problem. There were mice coming in behind our dishwasher, and they were getting into our trash, and they were pooping all over the place. It was honestly disgusting. We have a ton of cabinets, and we had one lower cabinet right next to our oven that was like the perfect space that we could have like some sort of pull-out trash can. I installed it myself, and it has been one of the best things that we have added to our kitchen because it saves space because there's no other place for a trash can. We thankfully have not had a mice problem since. It's a soft close drawer. The eighth best purchase that I made was this flat wall outlet. The oven height covers an outlet that's on the wall, and it's one of the only outlets in that area, and so we literally couldn't plug anything into that outlet. So I did a lot lot of research into finding something that we could plug in there to actually use that outlet a little bit more. So I ended up finding these flat wall outlet converter things, but I could plug it into the outlet there and then bend it so that it was coming up vertically, and then we could plug in outlets on the sides of the outlet. In doing so, that just optimized that one outlet so we could plug other things into there. It was a nice addition to finally be able to use those plugs for something as opposed to just having that outlet not be used at all. The 9th best purchase that I made was my Crock-Pot Artisan Dutch oven. So this year was the year that I finally dove into making sourdough bread, and to make sourdough bread you obviously need some sort of large pot with a lid on it, or ideally a Dutch oven. I ended up buying my Dutch oven on Amazon, as I buy a lot of things. That is what I've been using to make my sourdough bread, and my sourdough bread has been like one of the yummiest things that we've added to our weekly meal prep, and the crock pot has definitely been a great part of that. I did burn my thumb on the crock pot at one point and it hurt like heck. Something I do like about it is a lot of times when you use a Dutch oven, there's like a mark that's left on the bottom of it, especially if it's white on the inside. I've been using this one for months. It literally looks brand new. The 10th best purchase that I made on Amazon was this paper towel holder. So like I said, not a lot of counter space. I was looking for a way to have our paper towels, which honestly I don't use a ton of paper towels because I think they're a waste of money, but Noah uses a lot of paper towels. So I was looking for a way to hold our paper towels that was not on our counter. So I ended up finding this little stick-on paper towel holder. It's like a little 3M stick. You can peel off the back and stick it onto any surface. So you could stick it onto tile, like a backsplash tile, or you could stick it on to the lower part of a cabinet. That's what we ended up doing. And I just really like that it's stick-on. I always thought that if I needed a paper towel holder that I would need to screw it into like the tile, and I just didn't think that was a wise idea to do since our backsplash is tile, and that's been helpful to create some more counter space for us. 11th best purchase is my broom holder. Brooms and like awkward stick items like Swiffers can be really awkward to store. For a while we were storing them in this like little utility closet that we had, until actually where I work I saw that they were using and like literally stick the broomstick into, and it holds the broom. So I ended up buying a few of these. I bought the knockoff ones, the not 3M ones, because for the same price I ended up getting double the product. But we've been using these in our closet to keep our brooms up off of the ground. Best purchase number 12, Loctite foam sealant. We're gonna go back to the mice problem. So like I said, we were having some mice problems. I literally caught 7 mice in the cabinet. It was kind of disgusting. But one of the things that we did was, I don't know how they were getting in behind the dishwasher, but what we ended up doing is there were holes from the dishwasher to the sink. We ended up using the foam sealant to close off all of the little holes that were under the sink. They were like 4 or 5. So we closed off all of the holes in them, and then we were praying and hoping that this winter we weren't gonna have any mice problems. We haven't had any mice problems, which probably was a combination of closing off those holes and also moving our trash to another area. Highly recommend that foam sealant if you're having any sort of mice problems. The 13th best purchase I made was my air purifier. This year, my allergies were just absolutely horrendous. I felt like for several months at a time I was getting like horrible allergies. I literally thought I had some sort of sinus infection. So I started looking into ways to help aid my symptoms for my allergies. And one of the things I ended up doing was buying an air purifier. And the air purifier, for us, it's pretty much on all of the time. It can purify more air more quickly depending on the air quality at that time. So it senses on a scale of 0 to 100 what the air quality is. A lot of that can be dependent on if we are cooking something that puts something in the air, or if there's pollen in the air. My allergies have gotten much better since using it. Switching gears a little bit, my 14th best purchase was actually my wedding band. So if you guys didn't know, I did get married this year, and I actually ordered my wedding band on Amazon. I had gone to a jeweler to pick out a band, and I had looked at a band that looked exactly like the band I ended up getting on Amazon, but they were selling it for about $1,200, and it was pure gold. It had like 5 or 6 diamonds on it. I just did not want to spend $1,200 on a band, and so I ended up buying the one on Amazon. It is white gold plated with like 5 or 6 moissanite stones. It ended up being like $40 or $50. It has been great. I really like the look of it, and especially not having paid $1,200 for it, it's definitely been worth the money for me. The 15th best purchase I made on the same note was actually my Groove Life Zeus thin white silicone band. Because of my job, I am a personal trainer, for me, it's not the safest thing to have my metal band on my ring when I'm in the gym. Pretty much on a day-to-day basis, I'm wearing this silicone band, and I've worn several silicone bands that I bought on Amazon. I have other Groove Life rings. This particular ring I found to be the most comfortable. It's rigid, so it kind of has the feel of a more metal ring, but it's safer for my job. And then on a day-to-day basis, it's a lot more comfortable, I feel like, than my actual ring. I've been really liking that. They only have this in a few colors. The 16th best purchase is the Connoisseurs, I think is how you pronounce it, jewelry cleaner. So I bought this jewelry cleaner for my engagement ring and my wedding band. It's really inexpensive. I want to say it's like $7, but it makes my ring look so much more sparkly. It keeps it really, really clean, and I don't have to go into a jeweler or a store to get it cleaned and pay for that. So I can do this just at home. It's a really useful item if you wear your ring a lot and it can get dirty really quickly, especially if you're using lotions. The 17th best purchase was my B-Tan self tanner. So this is kind of a hilarious story. So like I said, I got married earlier this year. If you are new to my channel, you may not know I'm a pretty competitive golfer. So I spend a lot of time outside. And so since I spend so much time outside, I wear these sun sleeves to protect as much of my skin from the sun as I can. But in doing so, I got a tan line right on my wrist line. And so my arms were like significantly less tan than my hands. And like it was visibly noticeable. I actually laughed at the pictures that we took when we got engaged because you can literally tell like the different color between my hand and my arm. Anyways, but going into our wedding, I obviously did not want that to be the case. So I used the self tanner to basically self tan my arms and my chest and my back, all of my upper body except my hands. And I probably did 2 or 3 coats of this just to make sure that it like blended in with my hands. It didn't get it perfect. I don't think any self tanner could have made it perfect, but this self tanner in particular did not break the bank. I don't think it was any more than $9 or $10, and you could not tell in any of our wedding pictures that I had like a crazy tan line on my hands. That goes along with my next best purchase, which was the Bondi Sands self tanning gloves. So that's what I used to blend in all of the self tanner. It's like a foam self tanner. It's clear in the bottle. You pump it onto the glove and then you can rub it in circles onto your skin. So I'm not a big self tanner person. I never used it beforehand, but I kind of felt like I was desperate in this moment. But a lot of the self tanners I feel like influencers talk about are very expensive. This one does not break the bank. I think I used it 2 or 3 times and I only used maybe 1/4 of the bottle. So great purchases. Highly recommend if you're looking for a self tanner. 19th best purchase that I made were these camping bug repellent candles. So for our wedding, part of it was outside. We used these candles to keep the bugs away, which was really nice, but then we obviously didn't use all of the candles for our wedding. So we ended up, whenever we went camping after our wedding, we ended up going on like a 2-day glamping trip, and we took the bug candles with us to our camping trip and we used them around our little cabin area. Kept all the bugs away, did a really great job, and they weren't that expensive at all. Next product is 2 I'm combining into one. The first one is my electric hand warmer. So I am an absolute wimp in the cold, like complete wimp. This electric hand warmer I actually saw last year at my husband's family's Christmas. Somebody else got for my sister-in-law. I ended up buying one for myself, and then I also bought a little heating pad for myself because it can get really cold. I like the electric hand warmer because I can charge it at home, bring it with me when I'm driving. If the car is still warming up, I can keep my hands warm, but it also doubles as a portable phone charger. So I can plug in the cord that it came with and then plug in the iPhone Lightning charger, and I can charge my phone from that as well. So that's been great to have, especially like on the go when it's cold outside. And then the heating pad has been great to use at home when I'm cold. If we're just watching a movie. In October, I ended up injuring my back pretty badly, and I ended up using that to really help alleviate any of the pain I was having in my back. And that really helped me be able to just do my normal day-to-day activities without having as much pain. The next best purchase I made was this WOD Nation speed jump rope. So like I said, I'm a personal trainer, so I have tried, I feel like, a lot of jump ropes, especially during COVID. Jump rope was one of those things that I used at home to get a workout in. This speed jump rope, I swear, is the best speed jump rope on the market. At my gym, we use a couple different kinds, but I ended up ordering my own because I just wanted my own to use. I've bought other really cheap jump ropes that are like $5, $6, $7, and just for $10 more, we can get a much nicer one that lasts you a lot longer. It's a wire rope rope, so it's a lot quicker. It's just been really nice to have like my own jump rope, and I really like this jump rope to work out with. The next product goes along with more of my crafty side, which are these Clover crochet hooks. So I do love to crochet, especially if we are watching a movie and we're just on the couch, and I've used a lot of different crochet hooks. And these ones in particular, I don't know if it's like the more silicone grip, they make crocheting so much more comfortable than just like the cheap metal crochet hooks. I've bought them in several sizes because I've been using them for all of my different projects. They're just super ergonomical and just make crocheting a lot more comfortable for me. If you personally like crocheting, or if you know somebody who does, if you ever want to get them a gift, those are a great crochet hook to get them. Next product is a little bit of an influencer favorite, is the Stanley 40-ounce quencher. For a long time, I saw a lot of people online have these, and I ended up diving in and getting one myself, and it has been the best water bottle, drink, cup, whatever that I own. That is the one that I use a lot. Like, if you've been following my channel for any amount of time, especially my OGs, know that I'm all about my water bottle, and that's because I can take it with me to restaurants or to sit down places, and I drink my own water that I brought instead of buying a drink, and that saves me money. So I bought the Stanley. It's 40 ounces. It's, for some reason, the handle on it is just like super ergonomical. I've been drinking so much more water because I have it. I love that it fits in my cup holder in my car. I love that I can just throw it in the dishwasher and it's dishwasher safe. It's all around just the best cup, and I feel like I've tried so many water bottles and cups, and this one I have yet to find an issue with. Products, my last two best purchases on Amazon. The first one is the BioSteel Hydration Mix. I found out about this actually at a golf tournament that I played in, and I don't know why. There's something about this hydration mix. There's no calories in it. It tastes so much better than any other hydration mix, like electrolyte drink that I've ever tried. Gatorade or Propel. BioSteel is like just the best one that I've tried. I particularly like the peach mango flavor. There are some other flavors that I'm not as big of a fan of, but peach mango is my absolute favorite. It's a little bit more expensive than other things, but I really like having like powder electrolyte drink mixes to add to my water to help me get my water intake in, but also give me those electrolytes, especially when I'm sweating so much. And then with that, if I'm going for more of a budget-friendly option, I really like the Gatorade and Propel flavor packets, and I always get those with the ones with 0 sugar in them. I can usually get a 10-pack for around $2.50, but I usually have to buy them in bulk. But we go through them a lot because it helps us drink a lot of water. I like that I can get a variety of flavors on Amazon and get them for one of the cheapest prices that I've seen in a lot of stores. Check out this video right here if you want to see a life-changing meal prep hack that helped us cut our grocery bill in half. Thank you guys so much for liking this video, subscribing down below, commenting, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.